I know it's just one win like everything else, but that's a team that kind of handled you guys last year and was one of the three you couldn't knock off. So to beat them and stay in first, just how meaningful is this game in general?
I mean, that's what we talked about. When we showed them the stats from last year, not only did they beat us soundly, and against them it's about toughness, and they find ways. We talked about being the best defensive team on the court. And they're the best in the country. They're really, really good. They do things other people don't do, and he's done a great job with that, especially with new guys. He had some pretty good veteran guys, but he's been able to do it with this group. And then I think we've moved the ball. We shared the ball. We shot 54% at halftime. We turned it over too much. It's to adjust to how they guard. But I thought we had some good possessions where we moved it. We didn't make some open ones, but we did a lot of good things, and it's a good team win, good grind out win. We talked about 40 minutes because they make you play for 40 minutes.
Hey Bruce, how do you turn it over 17 times and give up just 45?
Well, and then they turned it over too. So and then we hold them their lowest point total, 45 points. Their shooting is 30-something, 20-something from three. And we turned them over. So I think it's a good team defensive effort. Last time at their place, even without Dean and Cam part-time, we got it close, but we broke down at the gut check part of the game, and they made the plays. Tonight, Morietti makes a big three or two and kind of gets it close, but we came back and made the right plays at the right time and got the stops, especially down the stretch.
Obviously, Dean and Barry get a lot for you, but how important was Mike and what he did tonight?
It was huge, especially Cardi struggled a little bit. Mike's been pretty good in this game in West Virginia. And I think he's starting to get some confidence. And, that three in front of our bench, he's supposed to throw that ball to Dean, and he just came off that thing and jumped up and shot it and talked trash to our bench. So he was pretty excited about it. But, the other thing he did was he defended. He really did a good job. All our guys did of staying in front, making it hard on them. I know they got some points in the paint, but some of those were off the putbacks. Probably the negatives are the turnovers, which he brought up, and then also allowing them some offensive putbacks that kind of kept them in the game.
Bruce, as I'm sure you know, they entered this game with the nation's top defense in terms of field goal percentage. No team had shot better than 48% in any half this entire season, and then you guys shoot 54% out of the gate. Is that something that it's even beyond your kind of wildest dreams of what you guys could have done against that defense?
I think the big thing we know, the guys have bought into, instead of driving in there and we turned it over and took charge a couple times with four. They're coming, So now when you drive in there, kick it, and then swing it. Now swing it. They can't keep up with it, and that's what we talked about. We showed them on tape. I think the biggest improvement we've made, and I know we only scored 50-some, but the biggest improvement we've made from the start of the season is passing the ball, seeing things. And we just, I think slowly but surely, I think we'll start becoming a better and better offensive team.
Was the plan for always for Barry to guard Culver, even though he has 3 inches on Barry?
Yeah, Barry, if you look at last game, he totally shut him down. He under 10, and he was but the only thing that last time, what I talked about in gut check time of the game, we didn't make the good switches. We didn't make, when they ran their actions, we didn't make the right plays, and they made the right reads and made the baskets that made a difference game. Tonight, we made the right switches. We made the right plays. Even Barry, they went the Morietti running slip ball screen, boom, we switched it. We stayed in front, made him take a tough shot. We did a lot of good things. And Culver's good. He's got a little size. He hasn't shot it well from 3. He made one tonight, I don't know, 1 or 2. But, what they've done more with him is put him inside. And, those little short kind of NBA mid-range post-ups, fadeaways, and he made a couple tough ones.
Was the plan to kind of let Culver get his and try and make the other guys beat you, or what was the plan?
No, we didn't want Culver to get any, but he's good. He's going to get some. But we had to do a better job on the other guys. I think that's the big thing. And if you look at this last stretch, their other guys you look at their numbers, especially shooting percentage, they've struggled a little more. And so, it's a grind of the season. And, we're fortunate to have a good run. Huge huge 2 games coming up for our guys. I can't overemphasize, and that was my big message after the game.
Bruce, you guys start off at 0-2, and now you're tied for first place in the Big 12, and the Big 12 looks pretty tough this year. How proud are you of these guys?
Oh, we dug out of the hole, and not only we were 0-2, but the next one, West Virginia, we're down 21 points. So, you got to give credit to our guys. You got to give credit to Barry, his leadership, really all the guys buying in. Mike mentioned, I think the last time he was up here, that Barry said, if you don't think you can win, don't come out on the court. And the guys that stepped up, bought in, they fought. Barry kind of carried us on his back, and now everybody else is, I think not everybody, we're starting to click a little better, but they've really done a great job of really buying into the defense. So I'm happy for them, but there's a lot more coming up. And as I said, these next 2 road games are very, very important.
Mike, how determined are you guys in going forward and growing from this?
Well, we're aware that we're now tied for first in the Big 12, but we're far from satisfied. I mean, we got off to the rough start in conference play, and we've just been looking to continue to grow from it. And this next stretch ahead, coaches emphasize that it's really important, and we're just going to prepare for every game one at a time.
Mike, we've heard Coach talk about this plenty, but why do you personally think K-State is such a good defensive basketball team right now?
Well, the coaches, first and foremost, they take their scouts very serious, and they lose sleep over it. It's them. It's like they make it it's all day, every day for them, and they really take pride in it. And starting from the top down on our team, we buy into the scout, and we listen to what we're supposed to do.
Is that your coach? You spent every waking moment preparing for tech?
And I've told the guys, our coaches really take a lot of pride. I know, like Texas game, Coach Korn, I called him to console him. He was because, we didn't do things that we had talked about. And, Coach Lowry, he had that little stretch where he got sick because he was up. You don't go to bed for 2-3 nights or very few hours. Coach Fraser had the bad stretch. He had 3 in a row, so it was killing him. But they take a lot of pride. The kids bought into it. I think part of it is we got a lot of versatile guys that can guard a lot of spots. Tonight, Mike got on Culver. He got on Morietti. It wasn't just one guy. And then Mac and Dean are really, and even, I hope Levi slowly but surely, they become much better ball screen defenders. And they read it. They got the one lob dunk to Owens in the start of the game. But after that, we really made it tough and really protected, built a wall, protected the paint.
Hey, Barry, I know you guarded Culver in you guys' first matchup earlier, but was there any doubt that you would guard him again today?
So what?
So was there any doubt that you would guard Culver again today?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I mean, just like from a matchup standpoint, I feel like it would make more sense, at least from the height standpoint, that Xavier would guard Culver. But I guess what are you trying to do when you guard a guy with that kind of size advantage on you?
Just be under him. I know what he liked to do. Credit Coach Lowry, just telling me where. Telling everyone where he liked to pick his spots, how he likes to score, and which way he likes to go majority of the time, and then just watching film on him myself. That's kind of the blueprint.
Bruce, did you guys kind of start with trying to deny the pick and roll and bunch the middle tonight defensively?
We made a couple adjustments from the last time, just with their different looks. They've actually gone away from their motion more, and they've gone almost all, I shouldn't say all sets, but probably more 60-70% sets and ball screen actions. And then, that off and on they'll go back to their motion just to get you moving and stuff. But, we read it, we bought in, we made the good, when you got ball screen defense, it's obviously everyone sees the guy on the ball and the screener coming, but all the other people being in the right spots are really important. For the most part, we did a really good job tonight and gave them very few easy looks.
Barry, was there one emphasis defensively for you guys coming into the game tonight?
To play 40 minutes, man. We played some good defense. After they got that run at their place, we played some good defense for about 27 minutes. put ourselves in a good spot, 42, 43, I want to say, and then we just kind of had, like Coach said, like 4 or 5 breakdowns. So I mean, just coming in today, we wanted to really play for 40 minutes of hardcore Kansas State men's basketball defense. We did a lot more switching, and it paid off. I mean, they scored 24 in the first and 21 in the second, I want to say. That was great.
Bruce, did you guys kind of fall in love with switching a little bit too much for a couple game stretch there, and then kind of figure it out where there's a nice balance?
You know, it just depends how people attack, and you know, again, it's not only the switching, but it's talking. You got to talk. If you're going to switch, you got to talk. You got to be right spot. We'll switch some things. We'll not switch other things. You know, and then you got to read it. And you know, we put a lot of time into the video. We put a lot. I think that's one of the guys' biggest improvements. You know, and we've been on him to watch the game, be a student of the game, learn the game. You know, I talked a lot this week about Tom Brady, and I was cheering for the Chiefs, but that man, he studies the game. He sees, he starts looking at the receivers. Where does he have his options? And that's the same thing with our guys. We got to see things out there, and you know, do all the little things that make a difference. We also played really hard. They had the first dive on the floor, but after that, our guys dove on the floor. And because that's one thing they take a lot of pride in. You could tell. One, we had an unbelievable student turnout tonight. It was amazing with this weather. And I looked at the beginning, there was like 3 sections, and I looked later on at 4 and 5, and even into the 6th section, you had students filling the place up. So they created some energy. But I told the players last night, we had over 12,000 last year, and they kicked our butt. What matters is the 15 guys in our locker room, how they prepare, what they do. Then the crowd can get into it. And I think we used the crowd with how we played.
Bruce, the last time you guys won 5 Big 12 games in a row, was that Big 12 championship season, your first year. How fair is it to start mentioning this team in the same sentence as those guys?
I joked last week that Cam said, I want to get back and win a championship. And, you know, at that time, you know, I was just open to win a game, as I kind of joked. But you know, that's got to be their sight, but they also got to realize it's just every day, every game. You know, I talked with Fran Fraschilla before the game, and the league is so unforgiving and so balanced. And the big thing is not to have a bad week. You can have a bad game, but you can't have a bad week. You really got to avoid that bad week. And, you know, we had a bad week to start it. You know, now can we continue moving forward and, you know, stay the path, stay focused, you know, and, you know, that's our goal, to win a championship, but it's not going to come unless you got to win one at a time.
Barry, coming in when you know you're going to face a team that rates pretty similarly to you defensively, has a reputation as one of the best defensive teams in the country, is there a higher sense of pride that you guys take in trying to come out and play a little bit harder and prove that you guys are the best defensive team in the conference?
Yeah, man. And Coach Weber before the game said to go out and be the best defensive team in the conference, or in this game, and then, I mean, that'll just show you the best defensive team in the country. I mean, because they're number 1 in a lot of statistics. So before the game, I mean, we had a good game plan on what to do, where to be, certain players, and in their offensive scheme. And so, I mean, we really just went out and executed. Did some switching, played some good one-on-one defense, and got some rebounds and came out with the win.
Barry, you guys start 0-2 in league play, and now you're tied for first, and now you've won 5 straight. How do you build upon this? How good is the feeling right now, and how do you build upon it?
Just maturity, man. Just understanding that no one really cares about you winning 5 straight. No one really cares about who you have or who you don't have. Everyone's coming to win. Everyone's coming to play their best game, especially knowing that you've won 5 straight. I mean, everyone's trying to stop your momentum. So just being mature, understanding that every game we play it like it's our last. People are going to give us their best shot, and just moving forward.
Bruce, how pleased were you with just the defense on Moretti? Because obviously he was the guy that last game you guys made the run, and every time you do it, he kind of hit that key 3, and it was a career high for him. And then tonight, you know, he was basically a non-factor, except for 2 late.
He had a couple there down in that they kind of got it close, but you know, it was and he had brought up before, somebody asked a question where we trying to keep those other guys out and let Culver, but we didn't want anyone to score. Culver, he's a good player, and they go to him, and they got to rely on him. But I thought we did a much better job, and that's why I said it's such a good team defensive game for us. And Mike gets switched, and he dribble contains because they're probing. Those guys probe. Morietti probes. Mooney probes. They go at you. They make you guard one-on-one. They spread you. They space you. But we had a lot of guys. I don't think Cam gets enough credit because he was on Morietti from the beginning of the game. That they guarded one-on-one. You got to man up sometimes, and I think if we made improvement. I think I talked about studying the game. I also think we're better one-on-one defenders than we were early in the season.
Not that it's not important to get off to a fast start every game, but do you think it was maybe doubly true just in this regard because you guys have fell behind big to them so many times that you're like, you don't want that sense of, oh, here we go again?
Well, we had both games at their place the last 2 years, so we got way behind. Here we were actually, if you watch the film, we were up 25-23 at halftime, but they just punked us in the second half. And, that's plain and simple. They did. And we didn't let that happen tonight. But, the good starts definitely helped. And that's being ready to play, the maturity Barry talked about. The other thing, we got to keep getting better. We've made strides. I've mentioned a couple things. But I think we're better offensively. Now hopefully make a few more shots and take another step.
Bruce, with Texas A&M coming up on Saturday, is that kind of an unideal situation for you guys? You're hot with this 5-game winning streak to break in conference play to go down and play a 7-9 team.
It's a huge game for us, and one, for non-conference, obviously, and this will be our third road game in non-conference. I think you look at the power teams. I don't know if many of them played 3 road games, so we lost the first 2 at Tulsa, at Marquette, so we got to get one. It's important for our league. We're number 1, 1-2 RPI, Ken Palm rating as a league. We can solidify that. So we're cheering for everybody Saturday in our league, and we, it's a game. We got to play. We got to get it. It's important for us to move forward and help in the long run. Obviously you want to win the league, but you also want to have a good power rating, net rating, whatever they're calling it, and give yourself a chance, hopefully in the tournament, to get a better seed.
For Barry, then Mike, Coach talked about how Tech kind of handled you guys last year. Chris Beard came in here and called you guys the best defense of the Big 12, and he said you guys have championship DNA. What's it mean to hear that from a coach like that who's had so much success against you guys?
It's amazing, man. Just knowing how hard our guys work, knowing how hard our coaches work to put us in the right position. It's paying off just a little bit, but like Coach said, we still have a long way to go. Just got to keep getting better day by day.
Yeah, I agree. It means a lot.
Gonna add something to that?
I can't think of anything.
Are you asking me? Yes. Okay. One, we have our play hard chart, and we actually, we won by a big margin tonight, and they take pride in dive. You just see their guys, their bench when they dive on the floor, and Dean let them out. They were the first one on the floor, but after that it didn't happen. You could see the students get involved when we dove on the floor. All those little plays, deflections. We did a lot of good things with that, and then to be mentally tough to execute and make plays in the gut check part of the game. I think that was my other real big emphasis to them. And when they made a little push, Barry made a play, Dean made a play, Mike, made a big bucket. All those things are about toughness. It's physical toughness, but it's also that mental toughness to be able to execute, keep your poise, composure, and finish games.
Barry, was this game about the tougher team coming out on top?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. We both take pride in defense, and that means it's just going to be a gritty game, a tough game. Because every basket from each team is going to be a tough one. So, I guess the tougher team came out on top. Yeah.
Mike,
Well,
did
I know the
this
tougher team came out on time.
Tonight.
did this game in any way resemble a postseason game?
I don't think so. Last year, I don't think we played any. I don't think so. I can't think of a game that it would resemble. I mean, two really good defenses, grind out game. A lot of it has similarities. I mean, all postseason games require toughness, but I don't see the exact similarity, I guess.
Hey, Mike, what do you guys think makes you dangerous right now?
Togetherness on offense and defense. I mean, we're a real close group off the court, and we play team defense and team offense, and we're really starting to click on both ends, move the ball, talk on defense, have each other's backs. I think that's been a major factor.
Hey, Barry, obviously, Dean, one of your best scorers on the team, but is that kind of overshadowed just how good he is on defense too?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, you know, he's a veteran guy. He's been in the league for 4 years, finished up his 4th year, and so I mean, he knows the program. He knows where coaches want him. He knows where we need him. He knows what to do if one of us mess up. Even if he's guarding a big, he might just get out there and he's able to slide his feet and play good defense. So I think it is kind of overlooked a little bit, but I mean, we don't overlook it. We know he's a good part in our defensive scheme every game.
Barry, it's for you. I mean, we talked so much about your scoring, your defense, and your passing, but I mean, how big is it for you tonight when you tie for the game high in rebounds?
You like that, Cole? Look at you. You like it.
Yes, I do.
I mean, I just try to go out there and do anything possible to help my team win. And I mean, tonight was rebounding. Tonight, I was able to get 7 rebounds, stay around the glass, and get some boards. I don't know. I mean, it helped us win, so it is what it is.
Barry, kind of a general question, but what do you think you guys have proven to maybe some naysayers during this 5-game winning streak?
We're not really worried about the naysayers, honestly, man. We just worry about getting better day by day. I mean, we knew if we were 0-3 coming out, we still knew it would be a good team, and so we're not really worried about them because I mean they're there when you're winning. They're gonna say something when you're losing. It's just gonna happen. It doesn't matter. So what matters is the guys in the locker room, my coaches believing in each other, and getting better.